Hey everyone, it's Lainey and how are you guys doing today? I hope you are having a stellar day so far. Really, I do. If you are new to my channel, let me start by saying welcome. Welcome. If you are returning to my channel, thank you so much. I truly appreciate it. Today we are going to find out, what does powder under foundation really do? I've seen a lot of YouTubers lately putting powder underneath their foundation. I think the Velvetizer kind of brought this all on. If you've seen my Velvetizer videos, I didn't have the best success with it. So I ended up returning it because it didn't really mesh with my daily makeup routine. But I always have translucent powder on hand. Always, always. Having oily skin, it's like a must. So I'm going to try out, does translucent powder under foundation kind of do the same thing that the Velvetizer does? We shall see. I'm hoping that I get a little bit more matte finish. I hope I get a little bit more coverage, and I hope my pores and fine lines look a little bit better. So let's test it out. So I have seen so many people doing this hack on YouTube, and I'm really curious, like, does it work? Does it make your skin look any different? Is my necklace crooked? It might be a little crooked. So for this, I'm actually going to use the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Oil. It's one of my favorites, and I haven't used it in a long while, even though it's one of my absolute favorites, even with oily skin. You would think having oily skin I would not like this primer, but I love this primer. Under eye corrector, because I feel like whenever I wear a blue or green eye, I don't want any like blue or green veins showing through. I was gonna use, should I use a damp sponge? I don't know if people use a damp sponge or not. Maybe I'll do dry. I think I'm going to do a dry sponge. This is a little tiny Miracle Diamond eraser sponge, but I thought it would be perfect for patting on some translucent powder. This is my unique translucent powder. It is by far my most favorite translucent powder, and it has this really neat mesh. I love that because you don't get too much product, and I'm just stamping it onto my more oily or porous areas. I'm going to pop some here into my laugh lines. They're not super deep, but hey, anything that'll help make those little fine lines look even finer is fine with me. And I'm stamping it right over that brightener because I'm like, maybe that'll help it really stay put and be ultra pigmented. I put a little bit across the nose. Then definitely right in here. I mean, you can see right away, it's taking away any shine that the primer had left. I will say for a no makeup day, if you wore your favorite primer and then just put this over top like that, you could get away with just like having more matte, flawless skin while still being totally natural because you don't really have anything on your skin. Not really, like not foundation or concealer. Now I'm going to use my unique foundation because it's very liquidy. I'm just gonna put some on this side and then blend, blend, blend. And I'm gonna use my Luxie 512, which is one of my favorite brushes for foundation. As I'm applying it, it doesn't feel any different to like the touch, the feeling it gives as it's being applied to the skin. I honestly don't even know what this trend is supposed to do. Like, I'm not fully sure. I just see people doing it, but I've never really heard people talk about why. Now I'm going to go in with my Kat Von D Cream Concealer. I've really been into not over concealing lately. Like, there was a while where I feel like it was so on trend. Wow, I definitely feel like I'm using the sponge now, and I feel like this is not as creamy as usual. And I'm sure having some of the product on the sponge is helping with that, but I feel like it's really staying put. Like I'm having to work it into the skin. So I do see a difference with the concealer. So if you have an issue with your concealer moving around, this may really help. I definitely noticed a difference with the concealer, and I feel like it almost darkened the concealer. I'm going to put on a dot more in here where some redness is peeking through. So my final verdict after applying my other products, I did set everything with the Pixi Makeup Fisting. I said it again, fisting. I said it again. Oh my gosh. Okay. I did go ahead and put on the rest of my products, and I finished it off with the Pixie Makeup Fixing Mist. And I do feel like my pores look a little bit smaller than they normally do with this foundation, just like a little tiny bit. I mean, not drastic results, but I do see a little bit of difference. As far as my fine lines go, things don't seem to be creasing up yet. I did apply a little bit more translucent powder over top of my concealer to prevent more creasing. I think the thing for me that really stood out about putting the powder underneath the foundation and concealer was I loved applying my under eye brightener, under eye corrector first, and then putting the translucent powder to then go in with my other products, because I feel like it really kept my NYX under eye brightener really set right in here. It kept it really set so that it didn't smear out, blend out with everything else, and I feel like it's doing a really good job of concealing my darkness I get right in here. I'm really blue right in here, so I definitely like that, and I would definitely consider doing this again because I really like how right in here looks. I might be just a tad bit more matte than usual. Obviously, as the day goes on, I'm going to get more and more oily. I don't think putting the powder underneath is going to be a quick fix for oily skin. Now, I would say putting it under and then maybe putting a little bit again over top once you're done can definitely make a more matte appearance and hopefully will help control oils throughout the day. Is this a step I'm going to add to my everyday makeup routine? Probably not. Maybe some days where I know it's going to be extra hot outside or it's extra humid. I know I'm going to build up a little bit more oil throughout the day. I may. But overall, I don't think I saw enough like wow results for me to add this as another step in my very extensive makeup application every day. I love makeup. It's like my daily me time. So I already have quite a few steps. So I don't see myself adding this to an all over face technique, but I definitely liked it for the dark under eye circles. I hope this helped you guys. If you've tried putting any translucent powders or the velvetizer underneath your foundation before application, let me know how it went for you. Leave that in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you guys, or if you have any tips or tricks on how to perfect putting powder underneath the foundation, I would love to hear from you. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. I would love for you to be a part of my YouTube family. Really, I would. Make sure you follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat. All three places, because I love getting to know you guys better. And as always, please try to stay positive, because at the end of the day, that is truly all we can try to do. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day.